I just made an absolute mess out of my desk, so this video is about to be good. Let me explain it to you. Have you ever been out in the field and plugged in a USB cable to your favorite device and it won't charge? I mean, like it won't sync. Sometimes it won't even power your gear. That moment ceases to exist today. Because today, I got something that's going to save your life. Now, I don't mean your actual existence. I don't mean your chimodondon, your heartbeat. But this will save your bacon. What's the vegan thing? What do vegan people say for save your bacon? Let me know. Anyway, this thing is going to save your butt. And anybody who watched my channel for a hot minute know that this girl right here, she has been one of my best friends. Sorry, Mary Lou. This guy has been just crushing it, right? This is a Treedix USB tester. And I love this tester because what it allows you to do is to plug in the cable like this. And listen, I had to look all over to find a jacked up cable because normally I cut these sons of bitches as soon as I find one because I don't ever want to be caught out. And it only lights up this little bit of lights right here. That tells you that this cable absolutely sucks. Let me come down here and show you what I mean. So this guy is only lighting up a wee bit. So of course it's grounded. Cables tend to be grounded, but there is nothing in here, right? This D right here, D plus, D minus, or either side, it tells you that this don't even move data. This is a power only cable. So had you have grabbed such a thing and then went to go say, move something from your little SSD packet. So I got my little thing here. If I pulled out one of my favorite SanDisks and I plugged this sucker in and I went to go copy some files, no dice. This thing probably won't even let this drive show up on your computer. You would just be assed out. And I work in a position where I see people like, oh, Ecamm is messing up my camera. My camera keeps cutting off or my camera won't show up. And all they did, sweet, bless their heart, they went and grabbed the camera like this and plugged the cable like this into it, plugged it into the computer, and it'd be like, Ecamm, my won't let my camera show up. Same Ecamm, fam. It's this junk cable that you accidentally grabbed. The other problem is you buy something like this from Amazon. Now, this guy says that it will do 100 watts. Yes. And this is a 15-foot cable. Yes. So you think this should be good. And you plug it in. 100 watts is cool. But you plug it into your Sony, Canon, Fuji, Nikon, Panasonic, Lumix, whatever you got. Camera don't show up. Or you can only get up to 720. Like you can't push 1080. Or it shows up and cuts off. Shows up, cuts off. You're freaking out, calling your camera manufacturer, yelling at your live streaming software, and like, yo, my camera don't work. Guess what? It's this. Mi hermana, Anna Hill, she always says respect layer one. And that's true story. When you're in tech, always check the cable. These cables out here will do you dirty. But no more. No more. Because of something like this Treedix connector, right? Which I'll plug this in real quick just to show you what this guy can do. Because it should light up a whole heap of lights, right? So it lights up a whole heap of lights. Actually, let's go to the mini cam over here on the side. As you can see, it lights up all kind of lights, but there's still some things missing in here, right? But it will move data according to this at about 480. So USB 2.0 is not really a USB 3 cable, although it's in a USB-C body. And that, my friends, will get you in a whole lot of trouble, right? So let me show you something that I just got today. It is a updated version of this, and this is the newer version. This is the 2.0 version, if you will. And I'm going to tell you, this will be easier because I know that a whole bunch of y'all can't read all of these little writings on here. And all I ever did was explain it to my muggle friends was like, if it lights up all the lights, let me grab one that I know will light up round about everything. I'm like, if it lights up all the lights except two, then this is the best cable you got, and she go, right? This cable would do everything, right? It's like USB 4, probably Thunderbolt 4 or Thunderbolt 3, and should be good to go for just about anything. That was always what I said. But this new version, it goes even further. Why? Because any good cable that has a lot of bass will have something inside. There's a little teeny chip called an E marker. And what an E marker does is it tells the device on the either end. So if you got this guy plugged in and say I was good thing it's an action camera. If I was to plug this in my Insta360 and then I went to go plug this other end into this charger, it would tell my Insta360 how much power can this battery send to this without ruining its little life, right? If I were to plug it into a big heaping battery like this in here, it would tell this battery, this NPF 970, it will say, how much power can this little wee sucker stand before it blew its head off? If I was to grab my iPhone and plug it in here, this will charge an iPhone in like 15, 20 minutes up to 80%, because that's going to allow this to fast charge. And we all been out in these streets where you went and grabbed this because it's like USB-C, cool. I only got 5 minutes before the bride is coming, so I need to charge my phone real quick. And you go to plug it in, you got a big sucking battery like this or a 10,000 milliamp gangster like this. You plug it in and you sit it on the table and you come back and 42%, say 43%. And you like some of them like Bernie Mac, some of them because it ain't charged nothing. Why? Because this cable can't do but 5 watts maybe. And in order to get that high speed joint, you got to be up into the 20s, right? And so this cable can't do 20s. So you would be assed out. And again, if I were to plug it into the old version, right? Pop it in here like this here, you're going to see it only lights up a little bit. So she ain't your friend. This cable will get cut. All right, let me show you what the new guy does because it's relatively gangster. And thanks to eMarker, you now know what you got. The other thing I love about this new eMarker cable is if you buy a cable that is advertised, anybody who's been around my channel a long time, people in the chat, if you heard this before, throw a little, my shaka sign in there to let me know that you're paying attention. This cable is by Hagibis. This is a Thunderbolt 4 USB 4. It can do 240 watts and 40 gigabits per second. It is not written anywhere upon this cable. So if you would just grab it and be like, I just got it because it's cute, it come in Shure Ignition Green or Xbox Green, but this cable, it'll do everything, but you wouldn't know that just by looking at it. This is what we would call a sleeper, right? So if I plug her in to this side and this side, she will light up them lights, everything popping, right? But this guy does not have enough power to highlight the screen. This guy gives a little screen to let you know what's popping. So let's go over to the new joint and show you what I mean. So let me kick over to my little baby camera here. Now this guy can work on the power, on a battery. He's so crazy. And then you got a function button. You can switch between battery and electric. Let me get a little better light on that. So that's electric, that's battery mode. And in battery mode, it powers on, right? So it's going to tell you to connect the cable, but don't connect it to a device. So if I was to take this Hagibis here and plug it in, and that is the input, and take the other end and plug it into what would be the output, you see she lights up everything. Like this cable can dance, right? It is not only USB 2.0, but 3.2, 3.1, of course, is in the middle. And it has power delivery of PD 3.0 and PD 3.1. And the differences in those is 100 watts on PD 3.0 or 240 watts, AKA extended power range or EPR, on a cable that is power delivery 3.1. And how do we know this? Because this guy has another function. Let me get over here. You see this type C switch right here? This is showing you the same thing as the baby sister, right? She got all the lights, but she just, she went away for the summer and got hot. She come with an LED display so you can just see it easier. But I want to get to that hot section. We're going to come over, skip the resistance test. We're going to come to eMarker. Now, this is where she dances. This is where she dances. It tells you this is a passive cable. And yes, it does pass the Thunderbolt 4 spec. It will tell you this cable fast as dirt. It's 10 nanoseconds, AKA 1 millisecond. This cable screams. So if you plug your little hard drive into this sucker, it's going to move some pictures, right? It'll move video like ain't nobody's problem. She can do 50 volts and 5 amps and 240 watts. And your man's be knowing what he's talking about because it even has extended power range, EPR or ERP, if you like that, right? Then you got USB 4 Gen 3. Again, she's gangster. She can do 40 gigabits per second, AKA fast enough to get your data, your pictures, your sound, your prawn or corn from one hard drive to the next real quick before the boss comes in. This cable can dance, right? So this cable will absolutely end up in the backpack. This cable goes in the travel bag. This cable got an extra twin inside the glove box. I got one in the gym bag. I got one in the MacBook case, I got 5 in each of them Pelican cases back there. This is a Hagibis cable, and she dances. Now, one problem is if you were, hey, let me plug in this little guy real quick just so we can get an understanding. This does have an E marker in it, but let me come back here real quick. But telling the truth, it is a passive cable still. But number one, she's a little bit slow, right? And it only moves 480 megabits per second. This is slow. If you were to plug your SSD in at the wedding and you're trying to get the dailies done, it's going to take a week from 3 Sundays to get your dailies from your little hard drive. I don't care how fast it is. I mean, if you bought one of these suckers in here that's like mad quick, like this is supposed to be a Thunderbolt drive, and you plug that sucker in, it ain't moving nothing. It is not moving nothing because this cable will have lied to you. Now, one thing back in the day, I used to tell y'all, if you didn't have a tester, one way you could kind of tell was if she was a little skinny little thing like this probably slow, probably USB 2.0, probably can barely move power because there's not enough wires in here to do the dance. This girl is braided, so she thick, but this girl kind of got like a BBL. This is fake thick. This is not real thick. This one is thick. Like this thing get down. This is a keeper, right? All the wires are in here, right? All 16 pins lit up. This guy's missing a couple pins, so it can give you the false pretenses of it's being good. Rode, love you, Rode. I'm not mad at you, but Rode will send you a cable that has that thick wrapping around it like this, and it feels right. They're doing that for shielding because it's an audio device, and they're trying to make sure that, battery signals or AC power lines or cell phones won't cause a problem to the mic. So it can give you the false impression of a fast cable, but audio only really needs USB 2.0. So the cable can lie to you. So you don't want to get down like that. This is a real deal Thunderbolt cable. So let's plug her into the bottom here real quick and then show you what we're looking with, show you what we're working with. Okay, so Thunderbolt 4, check. 40 gigabits per second, check. And because it's a real Thunderbolt cable, the E mark in here, you can see by the lightning bolt, a little hard to see. There she go. That tells you this cable will move. This girl will move some data, right? 20 volts, 5 amp, only 100 watts though, right? There's no EPR in this Thunderbolt cable. This Thunderbolt cable came with the hard drive, and 100 watts is more than enough to run a hard drive. But if I had something like a RAID hard drive or a faster hard drive, a bigger hard drive, maybe like a 4 terabiscuit hard drive, I might not want to use this because she can't move more than 100 watts. It'll charge a MacBook, it'll charge a phone, it'll charge everything on the set, but, not something that you want to dance with. All right, I'm almost out of here. I want to show you one other thing. Now, I bought this here cable from the Wii Internet, and it says on the box, Thunderbolt 5, 80 gigabits per second. Thunderbolt 5 goes up to 120, but it said Thunderbolt 5, 80 gigabits per second. This guy, way cheaper than the Thunderbolt 5 cable available from Apple. Way cheaper than the Thunderbolt 5 cable available from CalDigit and OWC. And I was like, can I trust it? Can't trust it. Sorry, Public Enemy moment. I wasn't sure. But you know what? Amazon. I could buy it. If she stank, I send her back. All right. So I get it in, and I have my old tester, and I plug it in. And of course, she gonna light up like, boom. She light up like in church, right? She just caught the Holy Ghost. It's gangster. I have no way on this tester to know what the true E marker settings are. I don't have a computer app, nothing like that. So I get the new girl and I plug it in here. And then we click over here, boyo, and it says right there, Thunder Biscuit 5, check. Fast as all hell, under 2 milliseconds or 10 to 20 nanoseconds, same smell. Gangster. 50 watts, 5 amp, 240 watts. Extended power range. Check. It can do USB 4 because there is no USB 5 yet. So that's correct. USB 4, Gen 4. Check. 80 gigabits per second. This girl screams. Like she mad screaming, right? It's like Timothy Chalamet walked in her room and she went, like this joint moves. So this cable, it tells me, go back to Amazon, doc, check the link in the description, and buy a few more of these, because this guy can do everything. So I hope you never get caught out again. I don't want you to be at that bat mitzvah. I want you to be out with these children and you think you got it going on and you plug in that cable and that cable lied to you, friend. We can't have cables out here lying to you. I'm just seeing there's a lightning port. I can't help myself. I'm going to check a lightning cable while we talking. All right. So I plug in the lightning cable and lightning cable, they ain't got no E marker in it. But if I flip it around here, you never get caught in the streets again because you will have a cable tester that's easy for you to read. Again, I'll pop links in the description and you'll know right away whether this guy can move data. This cable will be really slow for moving data, but it will charge a phone. I wouldn't use this to charge an iPad or expect fast charging. This would be a slow charging cable. Now you're prepared. Now you know what's popping. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even use this to connect my iPhone to the computer for a live stream because it ain't gonna work. I mean, it'll kind of work, but it'll be iffy. I hope you can see that this Treedix will go a long way to save your bacon and keep you from getting caught out again. Why get caught out? This is real easy. I'm gonna put links in the description, and I like the fact that it has a nice big old screen. So those of us of a certain vintage, easy to read, right? You don't need to know how to read one of these, and this doesn't even have an E marker. Now, if you balling on a budget, don't get me wrong. This girl under 20 bucks, buy this anyway, and stick to my original plan. Plug it in. If everything lights up, keep it. If only a little bit lights up, cut it. Simple. This is Doc's rule. Keep it, cut it. The ones that's kind of in the middle, oh, I might use this one day, those are dangerous. Those are dangerous because those are the ones that are going to have you trying to move them baby pictures over or them wedding photos and somebody going to be mad at you because, you know, the tour bus is coming and you ain't done yet. Now, you know what I say around here. I do not know who need to see this. Actually, I know some people in the e-commerce community need to see this right away. But if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. Links in the description. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And yes, I bought these joints with my own paper. Treedix did not sponsor this video, but I'm going to have to get at them because they make good stuff and they got some fancier nerdy testers I might want to get a hold of. Listen, fam, save yourself. Go grab one. That's it. Right about now, the algorithm's going to show you another video. Things you watch, I agree with them.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence to let them in talk.